I'm joined now by Senator Angus King of Maine, a member of the Intelligence Committee. Senator King, thank you so much for being on the show.
Yes, sir.
So obviously we see the Iran deal is now very much involved in heated partisan politics, but I'm more interested in what you think the president has to do to lobby members of his own party, that party which you caucus with, regarding this Corker-Menendez bill, a bill calling for a congressional review of any Iran deal. Would you support this bill?
I'm a co-sponsor of the bill. I was an original co-sponsor, Luke, because I think there is a role for Congress to be played here. This is not a new sanctions bill. This is simply a framework for how Congress will react and process the agreement once it's finalized in June. So I see it as not necessarily upsetting the negotiations, I believe that we can do this. But however, I think it has to be done responsibly, and you opened this by talking about how this has turned into a partisan issue, and I have a real problem with that. And I've told Bob Corker, I'm with you on this, but and if it looks like this is just going to be used as a partisan issue, some way to embarrass the president, to deny him a foreign policy achievement, I'm out, man, because this is too important. This deal is one of the most important agreements of our lifetimes, and I think we're close. I want to see the details. I want to let them negotiate further, see what it actually looks like when it's finalized in June. But I don't think it's a bad thing to have Congress weigh in once the deal is done.
But there is some talk on Capitol Hill of possible changes being made to that legislation. A lot of Democrats actually would like to see some changes made that they believe would be better for the administration. Are you concerned that there could be changes from the Republican side at all?
Well, obviously, you never want to say you're committed to something until you see how it emerges and what the final language is. So there are going to be changes. There's a committee meeting tomorrow that are going to be amendments, I suspect, from both sides. I think the important thing, Luke, is for everybody to remember what this deal is about. It's about a nuclear weapon, denying Iran a nuclear weapon. It's not about solving all the problems of the Middle East. It's not about solving all the problems of terrorism. It's this one single issue. And if we try to load it up with everything else, even though they may be desirable, something I might support, then I think we've lost the focus and we've lost our ability to achieve something very important. Whatever else is going on with Iran, I don't approve of, I don't support, but let's get the nuclear weapon out of their hands or prevent them from getting it, and then we deal with the other issues as they come.
Indeed. One thing I have to ask you about is you're an independent, but you have supported Democrats in the past. Is Hillary Clinton your horse?
One of the great things about being an independent, Luke, is that I don't have to answer questions like that, at least not at this point. So I'm going to let the two parties fight it out. Let's just say I'm going to be an interested observer. How's that?
And it's not a outlandish thing to think. It could be a very close Senate race. It could be a 50-50 tie. Maybe you could be a kingmaker. Angus King, a fellow member of the Joshua Chamberlain Club, thank you so much for being on the show. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Luke. Nice to be with you.
We're watching.